recording.
Oh, Nicola, thanks for your time. It's great to catch up with you. Let's start. Where are you currently working?
So I currently work for ISS Facilities Management, which is a company where their head office is in Weybridge. So we kind of look after different work streams within facilities management, such as cleaning, catering, security services.
And what's your job role at the company?
So I'm currently a UK management trainee, but specifically within the people and culture function, which is also known as HR.
And was this your first job role after graduating?
Yeah, it is. So I joined ISS in June 2018 in a administration role, and then I moved on to the graduate scheme in around October 2019.
And you left the University of the Business School 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
No, that's what we were just saying. Looking back on it, what are your best memories of your time at Chichester and at the business school?
I guess the lectures were really informative, and I really liked the fact that it was a classroom size, so you could really interact well with your peers as well as your kind of lecturer, and you could get as much information out of it as possible.
And
So
what about are you still in touch with friends that you made at the uni?
yeah, absolutely. I'm still friends with quite a few people. We go on holidays together. Unfortunately, with the pandemic at the moment, we haven't really been able to meet up. But I'm sure as soon as lockdown restrictions are lifted, we'll definitely be going to the pub or going on a holiday. So I'm looking forward to it.
I bet. And your course was Business and HR, and you also did a placement year, didn't you?
Yeah, so I did a placement year at Compass Group, which is a very similar company to ISS. They're both in the facilities management sector. And it was a really, really valuable experience. If anybody could get a placement whilst doing a degree at the business school, I'd honestly recommend it. You learn so much. You kind of get to put the things that you learn to practice as well. And I guess you get to see what the real world is like in terms of business, and HR.
So how did your degree help you with your career to date?
Um, it kind of gives you the information from an academic point of view. So you're kind of already aware of situations and things before you enter the workplace. So I did find it really useful, and university as well gives you transferable skills that you can take on into a workplace as well. So that could be things such as organisation skills, and just having the confidence to communicate with different people in the business.
In your final year, you would have done a management report. What did you do your management report on?
Oh God, trying to remember that now. I think my dissertation was on a restructure change within Compass Group. You've caught me off
Yes,
guard now. I want to say it was a
it
restructure
was, I
program
think.
within Compass Group, yeah. And I think they brought in some kind of agency or a consultant to kind of advise on the changes, and we did a bit of a data cleansing activity to kind of see where different people sat within the business and how to make it more productive and efficient. So we worked quite closely with a agency or a consultant that kind of advised us on the best ways to achieve high efficiency and productivity.
So it's quite a challenging piece of work, that sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't remember the amount of people that were in that sector of the business, but there were a few thousand people. So doing a data cleanse for a company of that size is always difficult, but you get there in the end, and you kind of, I guess the most difficult part is having the conversations with the people that will be affected. However, luckily I don't recall being in as part of those conversations, which is quite nice when you are kind of going into a business from a student point of view, because those conversations are really difficult to have.
Yeah. What about other aspects of your uni experience that you'd like to share with prospective students at Chichester?
It's really nice to, I mean, a lot of people will speak about it as well, but I just think the life skills that you gain when you're at university, I think it's the first time that you really you move away from home. You're no longer with your family, and your friends that are from your hometown. So gaining those experiences, um, which kind of are a massive lifestyle change, is really rewarding. So you learn things such as about obviously whatever you're learning on your course, but also things about budgeting, managing kind of your stress levels when you have assignments. You make friends for life. There's just so many positive things that came out of my university experience that that have been really lovely.
Oh, that's nice to hear. What would you like to say to prospective students thinking of studying business and HR at the business school with us?
Honestly, I think it's a really good opportunity for anybody. I think the teaching style at the University of Chichester is actually probably a really good unique selling point. I think that's really what drew me into going to the University of Chichester, especially if you kind of do really well in smaller learning environments. Like I mentioned earlier, just being in that smaller capacity really meant that you were able to get the most out of your university experience as possible, and you really had such good communication with your lecturers, and they are a really good support network on both a personal level and I guess on a level where you are learning as well. But absolutely, I think the University of Chichester was a really good option for me, and I would recommend anybody to go to the University of Chichester.
So coming back to you then, where to next? Because you're on this graduate scheme. I think you said it's going to end in a few months.
Yeah, absolutely. So my graduate scheme will be ending at the end of August within HR. So I'm hoping to secure a permanent role at ISS, and whether that's in an advisory role or a manager role, we'll just have to wait and see at the time, I guess. Anything can happen between now and then. So hopefully, fingers crossed, something will come up.
I'm absolutely sure it will, Nicola. Thank you so much for talking to me. And do stay in touch with us. Our
Yeah,
alumni are a really important part of the community.
no problem. Of course, I will.